Today I'm going to show you how to essentially dupe your nightmare dungeon maps and also how to reset your deaths. What this will allow you to do is run the tier 100 nightmare dungeons indefinitely so you can farm your Harlequin crest, your grandfather's sword, or whatever really hard to get legendaries, uniques that you want. So here's how it works. You need to start on a fresh instanced world of sorts. So if you've been playing for a while and running dungeons and doing world events, you can't do this. You need to set at the title screen for a while, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, to make sure that whenever you enter the world, everything is completely fresh and ready to go so it doesn't mess this up. Because what we're doing is we're going to bug out the map so that we can infinitely reset it and also reset our deaths. So let me go ahead and just show you, we're going to do a tier 100 map. Well, I can't actually clear a tier 100 map. I'm not high enough leveled, I don't have enough glyphs, so on and so forth. But we can perm it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Let me just find my map here. We're looking for tier 100, of course, because, hey, you guys are special. I want to use the high tier stuff for the video. There it is. Tier 100. Zenith is actually one of my favorite maps to clear. And let's see, we'll just swap it with that one. And the first thing you're going to do to perm your map, remember, I'm on a fresh instance. I don't have any active portals or anything going on in the world. So I'm going to pop the map right now. Zenith is, I believe, top right corner. There it is. And you're going to go to the map. Well, it's mid right corner. Zenith is a very easy to clear, and it's almost always the same layout. It's decent XP per hour. This is tier 100, so these mobs are going to kick my butt. I'm just showing you for the sake of the video. This is something that you would do when you're a little more geared for tier 100 dungeons. But tier 100, nightmare maps, they're pretty hard to come by. They cost a lot of sigil dust, so I'm doing it for you guys. And this will take a little bit to set up, but it's not that hard. Once you have it set up, you can reset it indefinitely as much as you want, super duper quickly. And there is a chance this might get patched. So once you burn your nightmare dungeon map, you're going to enter it, and you're going to just start to do the first objective, just a little bit. Hopefully I can kind of claw my way in there. And it's okay if you die, because whenever we do this trick, it will reset our revives. Because in a nightmare dungeon, you only get 4 revives. We're going to be able to bypass that, because we're going to be resetting the dungeon. So again, the enemies in here are incredibly dangerous, because I'm only level 96, and they're going to be level 154. So I'm just going to have to, I barely hurt these guys at all. And they one-shot me, right? So that's one death. You really have to have a very specific build to reset this. But I want you to just kind of take a look at the layout here. And right now, the objective is to slay the resurrected guards. So there's another death. All right, that's fine. That's okay. Again, tier 100, very serious business. And here, let's die one more time, right? And there we go. You really can't do these on a character that isn't fully prepared. It is nuts. So if I die one more time, the dungeon closes. So we're just gonna leave the dungeon now. All right, so I've left the dungeon. The dungeon is still active. And we are able, it's permed for the most part. I know I didn't get very far in there. And you're just going to find another nearby dungeon. It doesn't have to be nearby, but just go to another dungeon. Let's go right here. And I'm getting attacked by random skellies. They are not happy that I am, this is essentially possibly an exploit. I don't think they're going to ban for this. They'll probably fix this at some point. But let's just, here, let's go to that one. That one looks like it's easier to get to. And you're just going to go to any other, just normal dungeon. Do not use another nightmare map. You have to go to a regular dungeon on the map. Because what'll happen is that nightmare dungeon will persist. I know there's a treasure goblin in the corner. I don't need it. It's fine. You don't have to kill every treasure goblin, okay? Once you reach the end game, treasure goblins aren't a big deal. I've already got the skins they drop. I don't need them. I don't even use the skins. Okay, so now we're just in another regular, normal dungeon. And this is the part where we're going to start to do the first objective. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go into this dungeon now. And it's free the prisoners, 5. Pretty easy to do. You can see here that these guys, they do no damage to me because they're my level. And we can just blow these dudes up, no problem, with our whirlwind build, which is not meant for tier 100 dungeons. Not even close. These guys also a little bit tanky. You know, they have the damage resistance mod on them, so that's why they're taking longer to kill. It's not that my character's weak or anything. And let's go ahead and just wait for this poison cloud to fart gas to disperse here. Go ahead, rescue that prisoner. There we go. And let's go. We have to push this to the second part of the map. So we're going to rescue 4 more prisoners. And you're going to see why this is relevant in just a little bit. Don't worry, it won't take me very long to rescue the remaining prisoners, okay? Let me just kill the remaining dudes here. And I'm not playing very good either. But you're gonna see. And you don't have to use this for tier 100 dungeon maps. I'm just giving you an extreme case example, right? Because you would blow through tens of thousands of sigil dust just to craft a tier 100 map. And then you know, if you're like me and you get one-shotted with your defense buffs up, because it is tier 100, then it'll take many tries. Alright, we just need to rescue a few more prisoners and then walk to the middle part, which is usually like gated by a fight. I'll show you. It's pretty simple here. And there was, you know, at one point you didn't have to do this step, but they kind of mini patched it, right? They attempted to patch it, and they still left it in the game because whoever tried to patch it got lazy with it. Let's just say that. Oh, lazy Blizzard. All right, so let's just run through here. And you see this locked door. Once we complete the objective, we're gonna walk through there, kill the dudes inside, and then that's going to perm our nightmare dungeon. So you'll see, just 2 more prisoners. Just stay with me here. I know you can always fast forward the video. It's fine, you know. Just hurt my watch time. You know, just hurt my career, my chance at life. I must wait. Get a real job. Yeah. I know, right? I wish I could. I wish I could, man. I would if I could. Anyway, we got the last prisoner here, and we know where the door is, and we're gonna run through it and kill all the dudes, and we're gonna let this objective change. So, let's just pop these guys real quick. Travel to Tribunal Halls. That's what we need to do next, and they keep dropping items for me, so I'm picking them up. Travel to Tribunal Halls. There we go. So let's travel to Tribunal Halls, guys. Alright, and we are almost there. There we are. So the objective has now changed. So we're now kind of, we're in the dungeon. We're going to leave the dungeon now. That's all we needed to do. That's it. That's all we needed to do. Very simple. Now, when we go back to our nightmare dungeon, it's going to reset the dungeon and give us our 4 lives back. And we can attempt it again and again. And every time we leave and re-enter that nightmare dungeon now, I'm also going the wrong way. Every time we leave and re-enter that dungeon, it will reset for us. So we have infinite attempts now at this tier 100 dungeon. It will not re-roll the implicits, you know, the challenges, the enchantments of it. So now when we go back in here, we'll be back to 4 lives, where it's going to be a whole different new map. And we can reset this instantly. We don't have to go back to another dungeon and jump through hoops again. That would be silly. We can just enter and leave, and it resets. So here we go. I got my 4 revives back. This is a brand new tier 100 nightmare dungeon. It still has all the same mods here, which is really bad. Like, yeah, very, very difficult map. I mean, you know, I shouldn't be doing this at level 96 anyway. Alright, let's pop everything. And, you know, maybe I can just kill these little basic dudes. No, they have the defense implicits, right? So, let's say, well, I don't want to fight these dudes. I don't want to fight them, so I'm just going to teleport to town. And yes, I do have a repair bill. I'm eating the cost for you guys so I can teach you this method. So, here's the cool thing, right? So, I don't want to fight those defense skellies. I'm just going to enter and leave. And remember, I just died, so I'm down to 3 lives, right? And now that I go back into the dungeon, it's like it never happened. It's a whole different dimension. You know, in this dimension, it's called Berenstain Bears. There we go. Revives remaining 4. It's like a cheat code. It is like you have time travel powers. And here we go. We can attempt the dungeon again. Maybe we'll have a better spawn. More defense guys. Okay, how about this one skelly? You know, these little bats. Bats are easy to kill, right? See, I'm getting some kills. Well, not quite. And there we go. And it's like, okay, so it's this dang little ballista skeleton thingy. Let's say I don't want to fight that, right? Now, normally you would do this for a high enough tier nightmare dungeon that you can not get one-shotted by, obviously. Or if, again, you want to just farm tier 100s indefinitely, this is the way to do it without spending all of your sigil dust. So there we go. Let's go back in and reset it again. And again, like say I could clear this tier 100, I could slowly in the next 20 minutes, you know, smash everything down with a very specific immunity build. I could farm this all day long and get all those really rare drops and, you know, maybe farm XP because they are level 150, so they should give more XP. Finally, some normal enemies, right? Let's hopefully not get killed by them. Well, I killed a few, but you get the point, guys. This'll perm any nightmare dungeon. Now, I will say, if you complete the nightmare dungeon, which I obviously can't, but if I could complete this nightmare dungeon all the way to the end and beat the boss and get the glyph experience when you beat these maps, that will unperm the dungeon. You wouldn't be able to reset it after that. So all you have to do to keep doing this all day long is just don't finish the dungeon. Just get to the boss and then reset it. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoy. How much is my repairs? 500,000. Not too bad. But there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Go out there, find a really good nightmare dungeon that gives you like really good mods, that it's a really high level, that you can, you know, one-shot the enemies at least 3 levels above you, and just chain run it. I would suggest Blind Burrows, maybe Champion's Demise if you have friends. You can do this with friends. And if you're really persistent, do a tier 100 nightmare dungeon, and then hopefully get an easy spawn that doesn't just completely nuke you on the first encounter. Like, here we go. One solo skeleton. Okay, wait. It was solo. And then his friends showed up, and they beat me up in an alleyway. Anyway, guys, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed. It really helps out if you leave a comment about what you saw in the video. The algorithm likes to read your comment. I read every comment because I have no life and I have no friends. I know I have like 86,000 subs, but I do read every comment. So if you have any questions, let me know. Also, if this gets patched, let me know. I'll pin your comment. Wouldn't that be cool? If this video gets a lot of views, you could be the pinned comment. But also with that said, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe so I can get a YouTube plaque, and I'll see you in the next video. So you can always unsubscribe later if I play some game you don't like. Thank you so much. See you later.